day he decided that, well, let's just come on inside. So I did go inside, and he said, well, let's go to the back. I go to the back, and he says, we're going to hire her. I don't know what the hell she's going to do, but we're going to hire her. So he did. He hired me. Those are his exact words, and he hired me. And so he put me to answering the phones. And I would always go into his office and say, you really sleeping on my skills? Because I could be doing this, and then he would be like, you said you wanted a job at a radio station? Yeah, I got a job at the radio station. But I wasn't doing what I wanted to do. And one morning, there was the guy that a shift, he didn't come in. He didn't make it or whatever. Somebody said, Johnny, go call around. We got to get somebody in because he's not coming in. And I'm calling. I did call. He always said I didn't call. But I did. I did call. I kept telling Jim, I called. I can't find anybody. So he said, okay, you go in there, you put the music on, but you don't say anything. Don't say a word. Just play the music. So then he comes in and says, well, maybe you can tell people what time it is. Don't you tell me not to say nothing. So I tell the time, and he says, well, you just can go on and tell people what time it is. You got to read the public service announcement, do the weather. Jim, you told me not to say anything. He says, well, I need you to do that until we can get somebody to come in here and fill in. So that's what I'm doing. I'm filling in. I'm reading the weather. And Jim comes in there and he says, well, I'll be damned. You don't sound half bad.
I'll be damned.
I'll be damned. You don't sound half bad. But it's like it became this thing with Jim and I. And I would always go to Jim, and what Rob is talking about, I wanted to play black music. I'm at a country radio station. Can I play one Michael Jackson record?
It's going to be a riot.
And his thing was, this is a radio station. It's not a jukebox. You can't play what you like. You got to play what we can package and sell. And this is a country radio station. And he said, besides, it's no black businesses that would support the product or the program that you want to do. So I said, well, what about white businesses that depend on black people to stay in business? They might advertise. Right. He says, look, you're not going to let this go, are you? I said, no, I'll just keep trying. He says, well, I tell you what, if you find 3 people, and I know you're not going to find them, but if you go find 3 advertisers that will sign contracts, I'll think about your show. Oh, wow. So he said 3. I came back with 5. And he said, these contracts are signed. I said, yeah, they're all signed. My show. He said, so he gave me $100. Go buy some records. I already had my music. You know, he gave me $100 to go buy some music, and he says, I'm going to put you on. His exact words. I'm going to put you on at 10 o'clock, and you'll be on from 10 to midnight. If they burn the damn station down, I would have gotten a full day of programming and sales. Oh, wow. Jim was my guy. Jim was my guy. He put me on at 10 o'clock, and yes, of course, we did get the calls, and we did get the negativity, but Jim would always say, you sound good. I like you. I was on at 10 o'clock to midnight, and that's what he kept saying. That voice, he kept saying, 10 o'clock, we need to move this down to 8 o'clock. Because the show started becoming more commercials and less music. And Jim is making money, man. Right. Jim comes in, we need to move this down to 6 o'clock. So it was a radio show that started out on a country radio station that probably was the least likely place that it would have survived that did. And so when I left, Jim was like, okay, well, we got to put your voice on something. You got to do this. And so it was that funny thing that he always kept my voice on the station. And another really little quick story I tell about Jim.
Wait, real quick on that. What helped is, the key point is, everything in life is quantifiable, right? You got it because you brought in the money.
Yeah. Oh, I definitely bring in money.
It's a bottom line. Right. It's not just to feel good. Yeah.
Jim made me go to this thing called the World's Dirty Truck Contest where the white boys just mess up their trucks, and the prize like $1,500. They put mud, and it just the World Dirty Truck Contest. So Jim says, what time are you arriving at the Dirty Truck Contest? I said, oh, you got to be kidding. I'm not coming to that. No, I said, that's the Copenhagen Wrangler jeans, cowboy boots. I got no business there. The blackest thing going to be there are the tires on those trucks. So Jim is like all on me about, you have to come to the Dirty Truck Contest. I didn't want to go to the Dirty Truck Contest, but he's pushing me, and one of the things he said, everything that you've ever asked me, I went against the grain for you on everything. So this is very important to the station, and you have to come to the Dirty Truck Contest. So he puts me in this position where I got to be at the Dirty Truck Contest. And I'm knowing no black people are going to be there. But I go, and when I get there, I'm correct. There is none there. And I get there, and I'm like, Jim, I really don't have any business there. And this was before I had the show now. I didn't have the black music show. Because I skipped all the part about he's trying to put me on the air and I'm playing the country music now. And so they didn't know I was black, and that was the other thing. They didn't know I was black. Yeah, no, I was on. At some point, Jim had put me on. I was on from 10 until 3, and I just did that little shift, and I went home. I didn't know who I was. I didn't go to none of their functions. I didn't participate in anything that they was doing. I just did my shift, and I was very happy because I was doing what I wanted to do. I was on the air. I didn't care if I was playing Dolly Parton. It did not matter to me. And when Jim made me go to this freaking World Dirty Truck Contest, I get there, it's nobody black there. And so when they go through the contest, and just before they're about to make the awards, of course, the general manager comes on stage, and the general manager is introducing his team. And I said, Jim, I am not going. I'm in Mississippi, y'all. I'm not going out there. And Jim is like, just looked at me. Jim calls this place is packed. Now think about it now. This place is packed. And so Jim is introducing people. Good morning. On the morning show is Billy Bob, and Billy Bob is
I'm going to drop this phone.
Naming off all these people, and then they doing all these cow whistles. Then, lo and behold, it was my turn. And everybody's just like yelling, and it's just like, and he calls my name. They never seen me. And I walk out on the stage, and I'm telling you, if you ever heard the death of silence, nothing.
I would have loved it in there.
Oh, you could have heard a pin drop.
And faces.
That's their faces.
And a monster
And I'm
truck.
just standing there, and they all looking at me, like,
Really?
What's this? You ain't telling this
this
story
was
besides.
like 19. I'm gonna say probably like 1979 or 80s. I was very young.
Wow.
Early part. I just
Wow.
oh, Mississippi.
Oh, were you Johnnie Walker then?
Oh no. That's another story.
Hey, Ray, don't forget to finish.
I hated my name because I just thought it was too masculine, and I was named after my father. So my name on the country radio station was Lady J. But they all call me Lady. They rarely say it Lady J. They would just say, oh, Lady. They call me up Lady this, Lady that. So when I'm out there and standing in front of all of these people, and it's quiet, and I'm like, okay, now, what do we do now? Well, I don't know what I said, but I know I said something that I always say on the air. And some Billy Bob in the back said, well, I'll be damned.
I'll be damned.
That's Lady. And he put his hand with this loud whistle, and when he did it, everybody else did it.
That's great.
And it was like, I looked over at Jim, and Jim is like,
So every time she says, well, I'll be damned, I think that's